Irving, as we said, missed a lot of time this season. Why do you think he decided to leave Duke?
Because he knows for sure that he's a top 3 pick. I think ultimately he will be the number 1 pick in the draft. When he came back and hit that little floater to beat Michigan and then scored over 20 points, almost 30, in their loss to Arizona, I think it showed that he's healthy, that he came back strong from the toe injury. He took the right amount of time. The Duke medical staff did a great job of getting him healthy. And it's proved to the NBA scouts that he's ready to go, regardless of whether or not there's a lockout. He'll be in that top 3.
And joining us now, former Duke point guard Kyrie Irving. And Kyrie, the first thing I want to ask you is, after playing just 11 games in your only season at Duke University, and with the uncertainty right now with the collective bargaining agreement, why did you make the decision to enter the NBA draft when a lot of guys in college basketball said, you know what, I'm going to wait till next year?
There were definitely doubts about the lockout and the whole situation about Duke. I really love Duke and everything that surrounds it and the program in general, but I think it was the right situation for me and my family to forgo my sophomore year at Duke and just go to the NBA draft. It was the right situation for me.
And Kyrie, as you know, you're rated the #1 draft prospect on website after magazine after book. What does that mean to you that most people think you are the best guy coming out and coming into the NBA next year?
It's definitely an honor to be rated the #1 prospect. I'm in good company with such as the likes of Derrick Rose and John Wall. Being a point guard and being rated #1, it's definitely a blessing.
And I want to ask you about your experience with Duke and specifically with Coach Mike Krzyzewski. If you can pinpoint just a couple of things that he and his staff and your teammates as well helped you develop in your 1 year there at Duke.
Two main points that Coach K instilled in me was honor and integrity, and I think that's something that I wanted to live by for the rest of my life. I just got off the phone with Coach K recently, and he just told me just to take this all in and this only happens once, so just experience it and take it all in.
Hey, Kyrie, somebody asked me before the interview, do you know if Kyrie's a good interview? I said, he's a Dookie. He's a great interview, and you're showing that to us right now. Now, Kyrie, I want to ask you this. Is there an NBA player that reminds you of you?
More or less, I try to model my game after Chris Paul. He's my favorite player. He's been my favorite player ever since he came out of Wake Forest. So being able to chance to play against him at the next level is definitely something I'm looking forward to.
Well, I know Chris Paul's watching this right now saying, bring it on, Kyrie Irving. I got you when you get to the NBA. I want to shift gears here. You were born in Melbourne, Australia. You were raised in West Orange, New Jersey. Not the typical path to the NBA. Talk about that a little bit.
It's definitely. I had a different path than most. But I think that's what separates me from everyone else, other than my skills on the court. Being able to be considered an international player in the NBA is definitely something I look forward to. You have Dirk Nowitzki, who's doing big things in the NBA, so being an international player, or considered one, is a great honor.
So in terms of national team, it's Australia for you all the way, right?
I'm not sure. We'll talk about that when it comes to the USA tryout.
I understand. One more for you here. What would it mean to you, Kyrie Irving, to be drafted #1 overall in Newark, New Jersey, in your home state on June 23rd?
It'll be a great honor. I'm really ecstatic for this opportunity. I only get drafted once, so I'm going to take it all in. And if I am drafted #1, great. And it's an honor to be drafted.
Well, Kyrie, it's been an honor to have you here on Game Time. We appreciate your time. Best of luck in the draft, and enjoy the experience. You're only going to go through this once, so enjoy it, have fun, and we'll talk to you down the line.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, Rick.
I watched my father work, and he told me numerous stories over the course of my life, just telling me how hard other people work, and there's a person in Los Angeles working while I'm sleeping. So every time you step in the gym, you just have to work hard, and I developed that over time. Now it's becoming more of a job than something that I do. This is a profession, so every time I step in the gym, it's intense, and I have to be focused. This is probably my 8th time working with Robin Pound. He's a great strength and conditioning coach. He specializes in plyometrics and speed and agility, and also he's also a basketball specialist. So when I come out here, he incorporates all that into a workout.
Probably the most important part is that I worked in the NBA for over 12 years. I understand the draft process. I understand the pre-draft workouts that teams do. I understand what different teams measure when they bring in players for individual workouts. I understand the type of workouts they do at the Chicago pre-draft camp. So I'm trying to prepare him for what he might encounter with different teams working him out privately before the draft, and even expectations and workouts that he'll be doing after the draft when he gets with a team. He's highly skilled, but what I see is I see an intense competitiveness, which is, I believe, what you needed to succeed. Every level you go up, it's the true competitiveness that separates players, because there's a lot of highly skilled players that aren't as successful as other players. It's that competitiveness, it's that work ethic, it's that desire that helps get you to the next level, and he has those qualities.
Kyrie, how are you? I'm good. Tethered here, otherwise I'd stand up. Yeah. Good to see you. Everything all right?
Yeah. I wanted to say hello. I'm Heather Cox with ESPN. Pleasure to meet you as well. How is the toe?
Oh, my toe's good.
Yeah.
I'm 100%.
Good. Dookie. Little Duke love, right? Kyrie, amazing to believe you're just 19 years old. You grew up minutes from here. Just finished your freshman year in college. How surreal is all of this?
This is really surreal, just knowing that all my hard work is coming to fruition now. So it's kind of hard to think about right now, but I'm glad to be here.
Kyrie Irving, a look inside conference room 3A, where it all goes down. It's all about the odds.
So the next thing will be until like 75%.
Okay, yeah. What would you say now? What am I doing?
Hey, George David with Detroit. Nice to meet you. Kyrie, Kevin O'Connor. I'm with the Jazz. We'll see if we get those ping pong balls to drop, and they have more to talk to you about.
Everybody's saying you're the #1 pick. First of all, how does that, when you hear that, what does that feel like?
It definitely feels good, knowing that people believe in my abilities, even though I have a short window of only 11 games. That's definitely a great honor. Hopefully I am the #1 pick. But whatever team picks me, they're going to get a good guy.
And that means the #1 pick in the 2011 NBA draft belongs to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Ever been to Cleveland?
Yes.
Have you?
Yeah, I've been there once for a LeBron camp, and I think it was 2009? Yeah, 2010, one of those.
Obviously in Cleveland with LeBron leaving and the town craving a new superstar, a new #1. Is that something that would excite you? A lot of interest in who's going to be #1 if they do get the #1 and trying to rally around that guy.
Yeah, I mean, whoever Cleveland gets is, that is definitely a unique situation, like you said, just based on that they need a new piece in there to just round the guys again. I think the fan support in Cleveland is always great, no matter what the team does. So, Cleveland's just a great city all around.
This second pick will be made by the Minnesota Timberwolves. And that means the #1 pick in the 2011 NBA draft belongs to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
You talk about the ultimate good luck charm. 14-year-old Nick Gilbert, sent by his dad to represent the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Awesome job, man. Sir. Awesome. Can't believe this guy. Most guys might not want to put this thing on our own.
Nick, who would you take at #1?
Excuse me? I don't know. I don't want to get anybody's hopes up. Anything could change.
You think that the pick might be on the market? How you feeling right now? How much influence did you have on you guys getting #1? How much credit do you deserve?
A lot of it.